gosh, do drop in. Richard, hi. Hey, Dubs, I haven't seen you all day. After yesterday, I have been laying low. It did work, Dubs. Durdam 122007. Chris, Doreen. Hey, Friggle, nice to see you. Dame the First, yes, we are glad that we are safe too. And I want to thank you all for being on here. It shows that 26 of you have signed in. And sorry, Sammy, I'm moving the cord. You can see that we are in a fire-free zone at the moment. I will give you updates on that. We have been right up until the last minute of going live. I'm gonna sit back a little bit. We have been looking at all of the updates on the fires, and one of my videos that I was going to do coming up is about how so much of the Coconino and Kaibab forest and trust lands are closed around Flagstaff and surrounding areas. And I will go ahead and I will do that video. I hope. I haven't really, if you guys follow my channel, you might have seen that I'm not really, I haven't been posting videos, and I shared a little bit about that while we were on the run. Hello, Alicia, my darling, and I hope I get to see you too. You guys, that is my great niece, Alicia, in Texas. She is a teenager now, and I just don't even know how that is possible, because I was there when you were born, and you still should be like in diapers or something. I don't know. But anyway, love you, Alicia. Hi, Steve and Doreen, and Life is Short, Make It Sweet. Thank you for joining us. Anyway, I've got several videos I need to do. My upcoming meetup in November. I want to do a video about all the closures around here. And there's just some important videos that I have been wanting to do. And I shared yesterday, and thank you all that showed an outpouring of love and support. I shared yesterday that YouTube has taken me down to zero income. The way that YouTube works is you have to make at least $100 before they will send you any money. And you have to make that $100 for a period of time. It's not like you hit $100 one day and they send you a check. They track things for 28 days, and in that 28-day period, you have to have so many days that were at 100 or more. And I don't really remember or know their algorithm. There are YouTube gurus out there that do know that. But it's been a while since I got a check. Well, it's automatic deposit, but it's been a while since I got a check from YouTube, because my channel has gone down, 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 down. And the dogs are having a tiff over y'all talk amongst yourselves. Bandit took refuge
Bandit jumped in my lap.
in Mama Jana's lap because he was playing with his toy. And you would think he was a puppy because he gets rambunctious, and Sammy's just like, settle down, stop it. They'll do the same thing when they're doing, when Bandit loves to twirl and twirl and twirl before he lays down. I mean, I know there's a lot of dogs that do it, but I'm stuttering today. Y'all bear with me. But Bandit just goes twirl, 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 and then he'll change directions and he'll go twirl, 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 twirl. Sammy will sit up and she'll go, and she'll be looking at him, and he twirls some more, and then she just does that one big whoa, like y'all just heard, and that's all she ever does is a big whoa. And he stops whatever he's doing immediately. Only this time, he dropped his toy and ran to Mama Jana's lap. So that was kind of funny. Anyway, I was just saying that my channel, I used to get anywhere from $1,000 to $1,200 a month. And it has now gone to zero. And I quit doing edited videos because the income was going down, 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 and I was making like I think we figured it up, and it was like 9 cents an hour.
Yes.
Something, not literally 9 cents an hour. And so I quit doing edited videos because it wasn't worth it. And you guys told me that you like the unedited videos. But now that the income is zero, and I've been having a hard time cognitively, I just kind of quit doing videos for a while altogether. I tried my hand at a few TikTok videos, and they're fun, but they're a little bit difficult to. They're not. It's not hard to learn, but it's tedious. And so I just have been kind of laying low, and I've been getting not depressed about it because I have so much to be grateful for, but it has changed everything for me. And with the gas prices increasing, as is true for all of you, and I know that, it has changed things. And oh, thank you, Ruthie. She says, I love your TikToks. Thank you. I'll probably continue to do them. There's no income there either, but they're short and they're fun, and something will come to my mind, and I'll zip it out there. My favorite so far is Bandit looking at me, and Janice singing, I'm just staring at my mom, staring at my mom, and he's all like, it's just, that's one of my favorite. I think it's like 7 seconds long. But I do need to put up some videos about the closures in this area. And of course now, because of the fire that we ran from yesterday, and I'll talk more about that in a minute, where we were camped, all that area is closed. And the National Forest Service just made an announcement about an hour ago. Wasn't it, Jana? About an hour ago? They made the announcement that it's closed till August.
Like this morning.
Through August. And
Effective this morning,
yeah,
till August 20th.
August 20th or something
Most
like
of
that.
It's closed.
And all of the camping that I had already been familiar with in this area was closed, 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 closed. I'll do a video on it, but everywhere I went to do my recon and everything, closed, 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 not open for camping, leased, sold to private property. It's ridiculous. There was already limited camping in this area, and everybody that stays in this area likes to come to Flagstaff because Mount Humphreys is the highest peak, and so it's about your best chance to stay cool. And with the gas prices, it's your best chance to stay in a small parameter so that you can save money. And now that is closed until August 20th. So we don't know what we're going to do. I'm going to jump into some major thank yous from yesterday, and y'all bear with me. But we don't know what we're going to do. And with YouTube giving me, if you're going to growl at her, you're getting down. Did you touch him where you shouldn't touch him?
Yeah.
He doesn't like to be touched near his bobo, and she was petting him.
No, he has a stick.
Oh, he has stickers, and you're trying to get stickers out?
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah. It's like, well, we'll try not to get bit on live stream. She's gotten bit by Bandit on live stream before.
Yeah.
But there's 3 things he doesn't like, and that's for his skin to be pulled out, to get stickers out, his nails trimmed, and if you're petting him and you get near his bobo, he doesn't like those 3 things. So he's come a long ways, but he's still got a long ways to go. But y'all, I got to show you this adorable face. I'm talking about Cujo, and look at him. Look. He don't look like Cujo, does he? He just
Cujo,
he says, I don't mean to be Cujo. I just have issues. He has issues. So yeah, it really limits what you can do. And then if you're in this area and things like the forest fire that we ran from yesterday happen, and again, I'll share more about that in a minute. But if things like that happen, then you're even more limited on camping. And then you've got more people flooding the area because there's more people out here now. There's more people that don't want to travel long distance, and so they're staying in a concentrated area. And that concentrated area, it if you get outside of it, it gets too hot. And so we're all in the same predicament. But that's the problem. If you leave this area to try to shoot to another area that's cooler, you have triple digits to deal with all the way. And I'm talking like maybe 800 to 1500 miles before you can get to elevation again. And I know everybody's going to say, well, what about the Seatgraves Forest and you know, what about all? Yes, there is elevation around here. But when you are in the summer and elevation, you need at least 8 to 10 to 12,000 in elevation to stay cool without air conditioning. And the forests that are around here, you can get 5,000 to 6,000 easily, some 7,000. But good luck on driving that far and then pulling into a campsite and lucking out that it's open, because it's that's another thing. Campsites are crowded, and we have, right, y'all can see that it's a pretty forest out here. Oh, Debbie Leopard, thank you so much for that super chat tip, sweetheart. I really appreciate that. I appreciate everyone so much and all of the love and support you guys showed us yesterday. But just down from us, some Yahoo, and my campmates don't seem to, some of my campmates don't seem to think that there's anything wrong with this, but I do. As somebody who lives out here full time and who depends on people doing the right thing, and you camp your limit and then you leave, and there are no reservations on public lands, BLM, COE, National Forest Service, trust lands, whatever. You are not supposed to make reservations. And if you go to their websites, leaving a vehicle behind or something is considered making, trying to reserve a spot, not making a reservation like through Reserve America or something, but you're trying to reserve a spot, and that is illegal. Now, that does not count if you're camping and you leave a tent and you're a tarp and a chair to go to town to do errands and you're coming back. That is not reserving a spot. That's just maintaining your campsite within your 14 days. And so I laugh at all the people that get into these stupid debates on these Facebook forums about you can't leave a tent and go to town and you know, whatever. Yeah, y'all get over it. There is such a thing as keeping your campsite, leaving your stuff behind, hoping it's there when you get back, and staying within your 14 days. But what this Yahoo down the road has done is, at least we've seen now going on almost a week and a half, been nobody there. They set up this huge fifth wheel. I guess they're going to come back, but I don't see how they're going to enjoy a day or two within the 14 days of it having sat there. And in the meantime, campsites are so limited, and they've been taking that up, and nobody's able to enjoy that site. And I really have an issue with that. It's kind of like people that make reservations through Reserve America or any of the other reservation sites for public lands and campgrounds and state parks and national parks, and then they make multiples in multiple places because they don't exactly know where they want to go yet, or they're not sure how long they're going to stay, and so they just make multiple reservations. And there are tons and tons and tons of articles online about how these people don't cancel them. They just pay the penalty fee, and nobody else was able to enjoy those sites. So we're seeing a lot of that. And now that the fire yesterday, ooh, there comes a nice cool breeze. And now that the fire yesterday has, I didn't count them, but it looked like to me approximately a dozen, maybe more, bona fide National Forest Service roads that had camping on them completely shut down through August, what?
I think it's August 20th.
We think August 20th. We just saw this just not too long before me logging on. So we are going to have to decide what to do about traveling through heat and going to a different area, because while the National Forest Service doesn't tell, BLM will tell you camp 14 days, then you have to be gone 28 days for X amount of miles before you can come back into that radius. And so they make it really clear. And even for those of you that go to Quartzsite for the winter, Ehrenberg doesn't qualify because it's not far enough away, but they get a variance down there. It's actually a legislative variance that they got to forego that. But BLM has very strict rules. You have to go X amount of miles away and come back. National Forest Service does not have a mileage constraint. You just have to change camps within the limit, and we are staying right now on a 14-day limit forest. In some places, like around the Mogollon Rim, not the Mogollon Rim, but around the Mogollon Rim in places, some of those are 10 days. So you just always have to know your limit. And so conceivably, what I'm trying to say, and I'm very long-winded because I'm nervous, I'm tired. Oh, Sarah Friday, thank you. And I hope I'm saying your last name right. Friday, or that could even be Friday. There's a lot of ways to pronounce that, but that's a beautiful name. And thank you for that super chat tip. And if I'm rambling and not giving y'all information that's helpful, let me know. Y'all speak up. I'm reading your comments. Let them roll. Tell me, get on to something else, or yes, this is helpful, or I want to hear more, I want to hear less. This is your live stream, so let me know. But we could conceivably stay in this little bitty small radius. But then you're gonna be fighting everybody else for campsites too. And I just really don't know what we're going to do yet. The main thing, and yes, Cynthia Pollock, thank you. The main thing is that we are safe. So much. I'm gonna tear up. I know I am. Hey, I'm glad you could take some time off from your camp hosting to join us, Rob. That's my friend Rob, travels with Dottie. Dottie is his dog. Y'all have met him on my channel. And thank you, Robert, for saying that it's important news. This is y'all's live stream, and I want to talk about things you're interested in too. I'm glad that we are safe. I didn't realize how rattled my nerves were from yesterday. I was thinking at first today, we could have stayed where we were because the wind took it east and we were just west. And no, when you look at all the maps and everything today, it butted right up to our campsite. It didn't. We were on a Forest Service road. I'm not going to say the name. I'm going to say ABC. We were on Forest Road ABC, and it came right up to it, but didn't cross over it. And we were on this other side. But now all of that is closed. So even if we had decided to stay, they would have kicked us out, and rightfully so. They need to be fighting fires and not worrying about Yahoo people that stay behind. And on the scanner yesterday, we heard time after time, rangers would go into a camp and tell people they needed to leave, and the people would refuse. And all they could do was come back to dispatch and read off the license plates numbers and say they have refused, they're staying. And they, of course, have to do that as a CYA. They're out there to take care of those people, and then when they refuse, they then have to turn to CYA mode and make sure that they document that those people were told to leave. And those rangers, those firefighters, those EMS, those first responders, and even the National Guard flight carriers that have been called in, the last thing they need to do is be babysitting people. So I'm glad that we left the area, and as of today, we wouldn't have had a chance anyway. So thank you all that were on the live stream yesterday. How many of you were on here yesterday? I've got to take a drink of water. Let me look. If you were on here yesterday and you haven't weighed in yet, please let me know. And I have 120 of you on here. Thank you so much. Please give me a thumbs up while I take a break and get a drink of water. Oh, good, Julie. Thank you. Sue's at large. Good to see you. I know you were. Richard, I know you were. Oh, I almost canceled somebody. Oh, good. Low on the go was there. I know it was crazy, and I've been slammed a little bit for driving and driving and talking and chewing gum and doing a live and talking to Janet on the radio. And you know what? I don't care. I felt like it was important. I felt like those of you who, hi Debra, those of you who aren't out here full time need to know the real skinny of what life is like sometimes. Zelda, glad you were. Replay crew, I love that, Sally. Hey, Pappy, thank you. Yes, I'm very glad that me and my friends are okay. Julie, thank you so much, sweetheart. Every little bit helps, especially since it looks like we are not going to be able to stay in this area. I have not visited, and for my campmates that are out there, I've got 4 campmates out in front of my rig that we're camped with. We have not talked to them, and I don't know what we're all going to do, but we Flagstaff and any of the areas that we were bouncing back and forth between are now closed till August, so we've got to do something. And that may mean traveling for a few days in hot weather, and that means probably for me, because I can't do it. Y'all can see how hot I am now, and I don't know what my rig is at, but it's fairly cool today. Pappy, okay, y'all are gonna make me cry. I'm gonna come back to the thank yous on the super chat tips and on the PayPal because it has given me options that I didn't have before, and I'm gonna try not to be emotional because I want this to be heartfelt gratitude, and I don't want it. Sometimes people think that I get too dramatic, and I just can't help it. I have been having a hard time lately. I share all the time that this life is sometimes closer to living in pioneer days, even though I have solar and I have water and I have lights and I mean, even this, look you guys, we call this, can y'all see that? I know it's kind of out of camera, but we call this a Leslie light. See how it shines and it goes to different colors and it can blink and it just sticks on magnets. And I can charge those. They're rechargeable through 12 volt. We call them Leslie lights because our friend Leslie introduced us to them. And I got some for my rig. So I have light. I have running water. I have sweet Jana went and got me a Kleenex. I have all of those things, and you know, I have $1,000 bucket. I turned that damn nature head into a bucket that I use just like I had in my RV. But I have a gray tank. I can take showers in my RV. So many blessings that are far beyond what our pioneers went through, and it is so dirty here in the forest. It is so hard to keep things clean. And my rig is a mess, and we keep having to leave places, and I just throw things in. And it just sometimes at this age, at this time in my life, is not the life that I thought I would be living. And I've worked my butt off on YouTube for 6 years, and I have wonderful patrons. Hi, Bubby. And I have wonderful patrons that appreciate my art and my writing and my work, and that sign up for my behind the scenes post. And so I know that I am more blessed in more ways than I can count. And lately it has just been hard for me. And now I have to look at not being able to stay in this area and having to figure out where to go and not get too hot in the meantime. My concern always is to do whatever I need to do to stay out of the hospital. And I've got wonderful friends. Somebody asked, am I still camped with the 4? And Bryn, Thanks for being who you are. Thank you for being who you are, all of you, and thank you for that super chat tip. Yes, I still have my neck cooler. It travels on the floor by me, and I had it on yesterday, and driving because my AC doesn't really work. It blows, but it blows kind of lukewarm, not lukewarm air, just kind of ambient air. The brand on this, I think everybody should have one of these, but I don't know the brand. Oh, there it is. It's a Taurus, Torras, and I have done a video on that. That thing saves my life all the time. In fact, you guys, yesterday, before the fire came through, Bandit and I went on a wonderful hike. It was only a mile long, but we went and I will didn't get a chance to post that. I was going to post those pictures because we even flushed a buck and a doe, and the area was so beautiful, and now it's probably burned, but we the day started off great, and I was able to do that because of that fan. And I'm camped with friends Tim Untethered. You guys have met him on my channel, and in fact the four of us came and crashed their camp. I texted and I said, okay, due to fire, we're virtually homeless and needing a campsite immediately. Can we come crash y'all's site? And I knew where they were, knew it was big enough to accommodate the four of us. And of course they said, yes, come on. And so we are camped here temporarily with Tim Untethered, and y'all met Stanley on my channel as well. And then our other two friends that we've been traveling with, C-Dub's Journey and Carrie. So there are 6 of us in this campsite, and surprisingly there's plenty of room, and I'm very grateful to them, and I'll let you guys know what we end up doing. But I just haven't had it in me to do videos, and was thinking about, oh, Mimi, that's so sweet. She said she just subscribe to my Patreon, and anybody else that is interested, you can do it for $1 a month. I really didn't do Patreon for the money. Oh, look at that cute little woot. What, do you see that? That cute, how did you do that? That is so cute, Jacqueline. Woot. That makes me smile. Thank you for that. You guys are being so sweet, and I promise I'm trying to hold back the tears. Sometimes I get slammed a lot by those channels that do the reviews of you know, that I'm being dramatic for a reason, and I'm really not. I try to even keep that off camera. I don't do videos when I'm not feeling well. I wait until I'm feeling better and then I do videos, but it has been a hard go. And in a lot of ways, I seem to be regressing. And I probably need to up my Aricept. But you know, it's one of those things you really don't want to do that, because you can only go up so much, and then what do you do? And so I have started, I was started on the lowest milligrams of Aricept, and probably need to go up to the next one, and I think there's like 3 more levels that I could do. Such a big part of my sadness lately has been because YouTube is no longer working for me. Something that I've poured my heart and soul into since 2016. It's kind of like anybody that's owned a business, and your business goes under and you have to close the doors. It's heartbreaking. And I had thought up until yesterday that's where I was, and then if that's the case, then I was going to have to say goodbye to this way of life, probably, because it takes money to keep rigs running. It takes money to put gas in the engine, and especially these days, anybody is feeling the effects of that. And I just haven't had it. Julie is asking, do I still have ads and do I make money off the ads? That's all I make money off of. But if you don't have the views and if you don't have the subscribers, you don't make enough for YouTube to pay you. And for whatever reason, I have a lot of loyal viewers. I mean, and I'm so grateful. I mean, let me just tell you right now, I am grateful for you guys. Since day one, I have had wonderful viewers. I always say I have the most amazing viewers in the world. But for whatever reason, my channel has dropped enough viewers and enough view count that there's just not enough ad revenue there. And so that's the bottom line. I've been thinking about dropping out. And then yesterday, 25 of you showed up. And then those of you today, Pamela White. I mean, how can I stop? How can I close the doors on a business when so many of you just keep showing up for me? Okay. I did that video, that live stream yesterday, just so people could learn to not go so far out into the woods that you can't get to a road, and so that maybe people could learn from what we were doing, and we knew our escape route. I try to never camp where I don't have at least 2 escape routes, and sure enough, that paid off yesterday because we weren't able to get out one of them. The road closed, and I just wanted to share with you guys, and I needed to touch base with my wonderful viewers while we were going through that. And then 25 of you showed up, in addition to the ones that have been on here today. I'm going to read you these 25 names because y'all really don't, I mean, I hope by now you understand what you did for me, because the reason I haven't been posting on YouTube is I've been trying to figure out how to tell you I was going away and was going to quit doing it. And the only reason I hadn't done that is because I hadn't figured out the words that I wanted to use. And so in addition to the people that have given me the super chat tips today and the kind and loving words that I'm continuing to read on here, and I'll come back and I'll touch base with you guys. But Cheryl Greer, Sue's at Large, Follow Your Dreams, Kathy Decree, Cynthia Pollock, and then there were offers from people for me to stay on their private land. And then through PayPal, Megan and her late husband Al, and the sweet words that you wrote. Megan, thank you, Mino Ferry. And I'm not going to give last names on this because the others were through Super Chat tips, and you guys can all see their names. But through PayPal, they might prefer to be private, and so I'm just going to list the first names: Catherine S., Patricia C. Sean is one of my friends, so I'm going to shout his name out. Sean Ledoux, Lori War. I know she won't mind me using her full name. Christina D. Dana K. Noreen. Thank you, sweetheart. Suzanne Saunders, who's on here today. Darlene A. Christine C. So many. Judy Val. Susan G, Bernadette M, Artworks by Norak, Roland Murch, also known as Texas Lady, Jill B, Dale K, Lynn M, who also said if I didn't need it to please give it to anybody in my caravan that could use it. And yes, Lynn, I will. And then sweet dear Richard Albert that is on here. I went to bed I'll be honest with you, I crashed yesterday around 5:30 and I didn't wake up until pretty late this morning, about 8 or so. That fast escape yesterday really did me in, and I'm so grateful to be camped with Jana and my wonderful friends, but I pretty much rolled in and made sure Bandit was taken care of and food and everything at Christ, and so I didn't see all of that until this morning. And I just really have no words other than to say thank you, and I'm blown away. And so I'm going to go back and read some comments now.
Barbara Brown also joined Patreon.
Oh, thank you. I would love for you guys to join Patreon. I will keep Patreon going because y'all know I can write even if I can't do videos anymore. And some days I can't figure out how to do videos anymore. But I saw somebody say just do lives if I have to, and maybe I'll do that. I know a lot of people don't like lives, but maybe I'll do that if I can't do videos anymore, because you guys just really touched my heart and soul yesterday, and honestly financially gave me options to get out of the heat and to get somewhere if we have to leave this area. And I know Jana would never leave me, but I don't want to have somebody have to stay behind and put themselves at risk for me. And so you guys gave me options. If we have to move, we will. Looking at a possible camp host job that I can do. I'll have to be honest with them about what my limitations are, but I think if I had enough support there for my limitations and what I can do, that I would be okay. But again, it's almost 1,000 miles away, and if I have to, you guys gave me the money to where I have options now. And so you not only lifted my heart about keeping my business doors open, but getting to where maybe thank you, Earth Wisdom. I don't know whether to hang up or keep going.
Just keep going. I mean, if you can. They want you to keep going.
I'm a mess.
It's okay. Just use a Kleenex. And
Thank you. I love you guys. Thank you, Pappy. Thank you, Judy. Cynthia, I appreciate that. I can't do F&Ls anymore because I can't ever guarantee what is it I need for a live stream, if I tried to do it at the same time every time.
oh no. I mean, well, you need to have good service.
Oh yeah, service. I can't traveling like we do. I can't do an F&L because I never know if I'm going to have signal or not. And with the gas prices the way they are, I used to just fly down the mountain to make sure I could get to you guys and then go back to camp and everything. But I don't. So I'm not doing a specific time, but maybe I will just keep doing lives because those I can do, and the people that don't like them, they don't have to watch, right? Let's see. Pappy is asking how Bandit is doing. Let me see. I don't know how to turn this around there. My house is a mess because of us escaping yesterday, but I think Bandit is okay. What do y'all think? He is just laying down there crashed, and I told you I'd catch up on comments, but I don't. Oh, thank you, Julie. Sandy, I guess I've kind of mixed this. She's asking what happened. I guess I've kind of mixed this live stream up. NJ, oh, I love that. NJ 25. Thank you very, very, very much. I kind of mixed this live stream up with that I have been thinking about closing the doors on my YouTube channel because it died. Obviously, it hadn't died now. YouTube's probably going to go like, what the hell happened? We had kicked her out of the curb and these people are bringing her back. And so thank y'all. Maybe YouTube will stand up and pay attention and give me a different algorithm. I don't know. But thank you, Rebecca. I saw you on here a while ago and I didn't get to say hi. Love you. Yeah, I can do lives and I can do them impromptu and I can schedule them a couple hours ahead of time. I don't know what is going on with me cognitively, but I haven't been able to sit down and do a video. I was doing them for a while on my phone, okay. But then I started losing track of my, hi Pearl, I started losing track of my clips and stuff, and once you do that, you can't do it on your phone, and I can't seem to stay up. The only thing about lives, and what was that person's name? I was answering her question and I forgot. I totally forgot. Oh, Sandy Bree was asking what happened. So I've kind of mixed this live stream up, and thank you for the virtual hug, with what was happening with YouTube and me thinking about getting closing the doors on that, to us is running from the wildfire yesterday. And until we were looking at the maps today, we didn't realize how close it was. And now that area where we were camped is closed until August. So I'm very grateful that we had a different escape route because we wouldn't have been able to go back through town. That was closed off by the fire itself. I don't know if it's a streaming issue. Yes, everybody, please hit the thumbs up. Thanks for the reminder, Cheryl, Pup Camper 58. Jacqueline Burrell, forgive me if this is an inappropriate question, but is that my friend Jackie? Did you change your name on comments, or is this a different Jackie B? I had met Jackie who has the same name, but I'm just wondering. Let me know, please, if you're willing. Judy is asking, how are Jana and Sammy? You want to answer that, and I'll get me a drink of water.
We're good. Sammy's down here asleep, along with Bandit, so we're good. I'm just sitting over here being quiet.
She's being supportive. She went and got me Kleenex and water, and I had water, but then I drank it all. All this crying I've been doing for the forest too, where we were, and I got to tell you too. Okay, let's see if I get this right. 2 days ago, we hiked the Mount Eldon Trail.
Yes.
Right.
3 days ago, and then 2 days ago
it's gone.
Then we went up to the Snow Bowl.
Yeah, and 2 days ago we went up to the Snow Bowl, and we were like, I made a Patreon post, and I said we're gonna come back and do the summer gondola, because of course they don't have skiing right now, but we said we're gonna come back and do the summer gondola, and we were going to do that. And they were able to, what we have now, of course, this is still a raging fire, a bad one. It's called the, what's the fire?
Pipeline.
Pipeline fire,
That's
because it started
one.
on, not started on Pipeline Road, but it started near Pipeline Road. Not related to any pipelines, no politics on here, you guys.
There's 3 fires
And
now.
and now there's 3 fires. One just brand new as of today. One started again. One started last night, I think, 17 hours ago. Pipeline, yes. And those 3 are beginning to merge, and so much of this beautiful area is just gone. And that's why they've closed all camping until August. They so far have been able to save the Arizona Fire Bowl, where we were just day before yesterday, and I have beautiful pictures of that. I'm gonna did I already put it on Patreon? I can't remember right now, but I have beautiful pictures of that I either put on Patreon or was going to. And anyway, it's closed. We won't be able to get back up there. And okay, so Tanya is saying it's arson. Eduardo Espinoza, mucho gusto, pero mi español, nada. Anyway, is the Amber Alert for wildfires? The Amber Alert is not. The Amber Alert is for seniors and missing children. But you can get wildfire alerts, and I will try to remember, I don't know that I will, but I will try to remember to put up some of those apps. You have anything you want to say on that? I'll try to remember to put up some of those apps. At Lollapalooza, and possibly my meetup, which I haven't even publicly announced yet, that's going to be in November, I am doing a class on apps, and I will be sharing that. And when I create those handouts, I will be sharing those handouts with patrons after the meetups, not before. And then I can, you will have that. Okay, gracias, Eduardo. Tanya, it was not arson. How old was the guy? 57?
57.
There was here's what started the fire that evacuated us. We don't know about the 2 other fires. I'm going to back up and say this, that I took my friends up the mountain to a campsite that I knew we wouldn't be able to go back to after monsoon seasons start in this area, because you can't get back, can't get down the road once it rains. Monsoon season is set to start in a week or 2, I think 2 weeks now. But I knew we wouldn't be able to get back up there. So we already went up there to a place that I know of that's higher in elevation. And I can't tell, well, I can tell you, I can tell you exactly. I picked up 8 poop bags that people had, and I think it was probably, I don't know how many people, but like in a heavy duty, like a kitty litter bag, had put their poop and their toilet paper in, laid on the ground, covered it up like a damn cat with pine needles. That's all they did. Just, well, the rule is, first of all, don't ever bury anything paper or plastic. And if you're going to do, like, dig a hole for like gray water, like, to pour out coffee, or like when you do your dishes or something, don't just pour it out on the topical ground, but you're supposed to dig a hole to where the top of whatever you buried is 6 to 8 inches below the top of the ground. Not just 6 to 8 inches deep and bury it there. Bury it down so that the top of your debris, once you cover it back up level with the ground, is 6 to 8 inches below that. These idiots, just like, I guess they thought they were a cat. I'm going to cover up my shit with my little paws and put like little pine needles on top of here, and it's all going to be great. I just couldn't believe it. So we went around, and I got gloves and everything, and we paid to take all of that out to the landfill. And And a ranger came by, and we told them that we'd picked as much of it up as we could find, but that it, wanted him to know if there was more, it wasn't us. And he was so grateful. He's like, thank you all for doing that. So back to the idiot that started this fire is a 57-year-old man camping in his truck, tried to burn his toilet paper. And he started this fire burning his frickin' toilet paper. He even showed the rangers where he had been taking a dump. Hadn't buried it. I mean, all of this because somebody in a no-burn, level 2 fire hazard, drought, no, we're not supposed to even have campfires or charcoal or anything, was trying to burn his toilet paper and said he didn't know that there was a burn ban. I hope I never meet him. I will not be able to refrain from decking him, and I'm serious about that. I will do my best to get close enough to deck him if I ever meet him. Why would I? Hopefully he's going to be in prison. But yeah, already lost some lives. Oh, I don't know about how many. We know that one camper didn't make it out. We know that they found 4 vehicles at a trailhead and had not, last I heard, which was last night before I went to bed, had not found those hikers. Haven't had an update on that today.
Yeah, and that was scanned from the scanner. So they're probably not going to report that there was 4 cars at a trailhead and all that. That was from the scanner.
Yeah, that was from the scanners. And yes, he should go to jail, Sandy. And if he doesn't, then our laws need to be changed. He will at minimum be fined. Woo-hoo, hoop-de-doo-poo. I mean, he needs to go to prison, and they need to take the commode out of his cell. I'm just saying. Make him do poop duty for the whole prison. And hundreds of people evacuated from their homes, and structures have gone up. You can't even, if I wanted to take something to the landfill today, you can't, because 89's closed again. They just got through recovering from the
tunnel fire.
Which looks like it could reignite. They've got so many embers burning from it. But yeah, it was an idiot that didn't bury his poop and was burning his toilet paper that started this damn fire. Let's see. Oh no, Julie, we never left anybody behind. The 4 of us, it was me, then Frugal, then Dobbs, and then Carrie. And then after we stopped and kind of regrouped, Carrie was kind of manslaughter. I agree, Jackie, because the wildlife that have been lost. Carrie was kind enough to lead us to Grand Junction to where I could get gas. So no, we did not leave each other. The 4 of us were inside of each other the whole way. And that was another thing that I said on yesterday's live, is that I felt horrible and irresponsible and even stupid for being at our campsite with only a half a tank of gas. I had gone to town and had run, all alone. I'm going to take that off because I don't really agree with that. You're still welcome to leave comments, but I don't agree with that. I hear you, but thank you. So I had been out at camp with only a half a tank of gas because I had gone and I had run errands. And by the time that I had spent money on my errands, and anyway, long story short, I knew I had another check coming in this week. So when I thought next time I go in to run errands, I will have enough money to fill up and I'll be okay with half a tank. Well, what happened? A forest fire happened and we had to do an emergency evacuation, and a half a tank was not enough to get us to safety. So if you're on here and you learn nothing else from me today, please learn that you never go back to camp without your gas tank full, your provisions full, propane, water, all of that. You have all of that full when you go back to camp. And so Sandy, thank you. I appreciate that. And yes, lessons learned, but I knew that lesson. And had I not had enough gas to get to a gas station, I was traveling with 3 other people. It would have affected not just me and my dog, but the other people as well. And so it is important. It is a lesson I knew. It is a lesson I learned. It is a lesson I teach, and I knew better. And I should never have come to camp without a full tank. Now, mind you, do I know what my tank holds now because we ran? I don't, but it was in the middle of running to here that I filled up, and so I'm pretty sure it's close to full. Julie is asking if New Mexico is an option for us to go to. There's a lot we can go. I'll come back to New Mexico. The elevations that I know of that are obtainable from here for boondocking, there are a lot of places you can go if you can afford campground fees. For boondocking, there is, of course, Wyoming, of course, Yellowstone for that area of Wyoming and the other bordering state just announced that they're closing that entrance to Yellowstone because of rain. So there's crazy weather everywhere. There's places in Idaho that have good enough elevation to where you can stay cool enough without AC. And yes, there is elevation in New Mexico that is cool enough where you can stay without air conditioning. However, most of New Mexico is on fire. A lot of the state parks are closed because of previous fire damage, and we just looked at that map today thinking about where we might go next, and there's new fires cropping up in New Mexico. I think I saw 3 new fires. We looked at a lot of maps and a lot of information, so I may be lying, but it's not easy. And everybody says, you know, and here I go. I cannot let this pass without jumping on this bandwagon. These people that say, get a van, get a car, get an RV, put solar on it, and you can live anywhere. It's so easy. There's tons of land for you to park on. Everybody should do this life. You know what? If you hear any of that, call them out on their bullshit. Is that true? Are we doing it? There's 6 of us doing it here today. Is there a lot of places to go? Can you stay safe? Can you beat the heat? Can you travel with the weather? Is it always la la land? Hell no. And anybody that's telling you that is full of shit, and you need to tell them so. I'm sorry. So did somebody leave that I didn't get to say bye to? Cody. Oh, bucket list boomer. Thank you so much. I missed that. Cindy, you're awesome. I sure hope I get to see you again this year. Kim, JHPL, your channel has educated and touched me. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, Susan, I just shared that about New Mexico. I don't know what we're going to do, where we're going to go. But I'll keep you guys updated. Yes, if you have, I don't like generators. I don't have a generator, but if you have a generator, you need to keep it full too. Let's see. Julie says she just came from a road trip from Sedona. Ooh, I bet it was getting hot there now. We got home Sunday, drove through New Mexico, down to San Antonio, and it was hard to tell where there were fire restrictions or not. Yeah, there's several apps that you have to pull out and find, but I hope you had AC, Julie, because those are some hot routes you just listed. At least for me, I would be dying. Bye, Cody. Good to see you. I'm sorry I didn't see you leaving. Goodbye. Colorado is an option, low on the go. That was another state that I did mean to mention, and I'm sorry I didn't. Sorry, I'm dropping my Kleenex. Colorado has some wonderful elevation, and me and about 10,000 other boondockers love it there. So it's, if you're trying to boondock, you better have plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, plan E, because the chances of you getting into the first campsite that you go to is pretty nil. And if you aren't trying to boondock and you have all the money in the world and you can pay high dollar fees or even just state park fees or national park fees to camp, fee-based camping, you still probably aren't going to get a site because of the hoarding that I mentioned earlier. They actually, I'm not going to get the numbers right, but I read an article where they actually cracked down on these two couples that when they went to check in, oops, here comes a big wind, blew through.
All the dogs
all the dogs are like, whoa, what just happened? They had made, it in that state, they were traveling together. It was two couples and their kids. And I'm kind of making up numbers, but I think I'm pretty close. They had made 28 reservations each. So whatever 2 times 28 is, 28 reservations each. And I think that number is accurate. I may be off. For a month. Just because they weren't sure where they were going to go. And if they didn't like a place, they wanted to be able to go to a next. And they thought that they were going to sue because that particular state park, and I'm not going to mention the state, canceled all of their faux reservations. And so they made noise that they were going to sue. And I'm actually kind of glad that they were jerks about it, because I'm hoping, and it looks like that may have started legislation of some sort. I don't know how that would be monitored, but to where you can't make multiple faux reservations. So Colorado, the popular places, everybody's fighting for a spot. Are there places to go? Yes, but you better have backup on backup plans is all I'm saying. A little more Bandit might bring in the YouTube dollars. I don't
It's like TikTok. How much I'll watch the
the cute dogs. Here's the problem. Come here, Bandit. Here's the problem. Come here, Bandit. Hey, Bandit. You want to be on camera? Hey, Bandit. Come to Mama. Come be on camera. He is now turning away from me. Did y'all hear him growl? You don't want to be on camera? Well, can you look at the camera? He's not a camera YouTube kind of dog. He is the cutest, and I agree, the sweetest. And I would pay to see him, but getting him to be one of those cute dogs that everybody wants to see, those moments come and go. So, but thank you. I love him. I would pay to see him. Let's see. Yeah, and and Godseeker brings up another point. All the places are closing where people used to just spend a night. I don't know why I did that. A night. Walmarts and all those places were never meant to camp. If you're staying somewhere like that more than a night, 2 at the most, get out. You're going to cause trouble for everybody. And I'm saying that to those, I know all of y'all on here know that. I know I'm preaching to the choir, but you're causing problems for everybody too. Those of you that go to a Walmart, a Cracker Barrel, or wherever else that you're doing this, and I've seen people put out their, this isn't any new information. You guys have heard me talk about this before, but I've seen people put out their slides and start grilling outside, for God's sake. It's not a campground. It is a place for you to sleep overnight, hopefully after you've gone in and spent money in their store. Otherwise, don't be there. We were driving around Flagstaff the other day, and there is this one parking lot where all these beater RVs are starting to line up, and I guarantee you pretty soon there's going to be no overnight parking signs there. It's just a case of a few ruining it for others. Now, here's the rest of that story. Where the hell else are they supposed to go? I can't even find, I would say, I probably ought to figure out the math, but I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say that probably 60% of the camping places that I used to be able to go and camp legitimately within the public land rules, whatever it might have been. Most people know that it's 14 days in most places, but it varies, and you just have to be sure you know the law. 60% of those are gone. And around here, I'll be showing you on the video, they're selling off to subdivisions. It's leased land. Now they have to close some places because stewards of the land, and they got to let it refresh, and they have to be able to take care of the land. So some places you have to rotate camping so that it can what am I trying to say, the word, so that it can repair itself. But most of the places are getting sold off or leased off. And again, there's a reason for that. They're not being jerks. They're not being dipwads. The National Forest Service and the BLM know how to do their job. They know how to take care of public lands. They're not taking advantage of anybody. They are doing the best they can. They don't get funding. They don't get personnel. They don't get the staffing they need. They don't get the legislative laws to be able to take care of the idiots that burn toilet paper and shit in the woods. They don't get the help they need. So they have to do what they can do to get money and take care of their jurisdiction. I am not blaming them, and you shouldn't either. They don't get the support they need. And so it's like these people that are parking in the parking lots because they have nowhere else to go. I get that too. So I guess I've gone full circle to say I have no answers. I don't know what the solutions are. But we're in for a mess out here, you guys. It is not like it used to be when I first got on the road. I see it getting worse before it gets better. And it is still a good life. I'm grateful. You ought to see my backyard right now. Thanks to Tim and Stanley letting us crash their site. I know this site where we are, and I love it, and it's got great hikes. I hope to feel better in the morning and be able to take this little non-YouTuber. You want to growl some more? No, you're not going to growl? Good boy. Take this non-YouTuber for a walk. And I get to do that because we still get to camp on public lands. If we keep having idiot people out here that do stupid stuff, even that might come to an end. So I think I want to say, if you see people being stupid, doing knucklehead stuff, either call them on it or call the Leos. And I don't know if you can get involved locally. I roam. I'm a nomad. So there's no way I can get involved locally to see what my local agents need. But if you can support an agency in your area, find out what they need. Do they need more volunteers? And when you're out camping, pick up as much as you can. Try to mitigate what the knuckleheads have done. And I didn't mean for this to be so much of a soapbox, but as you can tell, I am so emotional. It has, the life that I used to know out here no longer exists. And probably 3/4 the people that I know that I used to camp with aren't out here anymore. I'm grateful for my friends that I am camping with, but I miss the ones that have gone before, and the ones that have passed on, or the ones that just decided to get off the road. And the list is long, and I'm not going to start naming them, but sometimes I feel like an old relic out here who's past her time. And you guys lifted me up and gave me new hope and new motivation, and I really, really appreciate that. He's going to sleep. I can't show him to you. Can you tilt the camera? Maybe they can see him. He's gonna look. As soon as she moves, he's just laying here going to sleep. So I might could put Bandit on YouTube more, but I really don't know how. Because he is not a YouTube kind of dog. He doesn't like being on camera. If I've missed anybody and anything that you had to say that I should have given you a shout out for, I apologize. Oh, and somebody says, oh, Donna is talking about the rates. Yes, because I was having a hard time. I looked at the rates within a 150-mile radius of me. The rates for an RV park start at $1,200 a month. If I could afford $1,200 a month, I'd be in sticks and bricks and doing this part-time. I can't. And so there again, these people that are in the parking lots that we all want to turn our noses up at, remember, they might not have choices. And they need as our love and support too. And they need to not do that if at all possible, because it is going to ruin it for everybody. And so I love you guys. I just I can't thank you enough for giving me what I needed to keep on keeping on. I really had reached the end of my rope, and I hadn't made videos because I didn't know how to tell you guys that. And I didn't even have to tell you. Love came running, and I didn't even ask for it, and I really appreciate it. So I love you. I'm going to hang up now, and I can't thank you enough, and I'm sorry if I missed anybody. I didn't mean to. Y'all make it a good day, and I'll keep on keeping on if you will. Bye.